and come back on later. What's up, YouTube? Make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up, hitting that subscribe as you guys are starting to come up in. If you guys are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe. I already said that. Why am I repeating that? If you're watching this on Facebook, I see that we have gotten more likes on Facebook. We also hit 1,000 followers on Facebook, so that's fucking dope. Freaking amazing. Sorry. Let me just change the title. There are 76 days left until the midterms. Natalie Harp and Donald Trump have begun getting closer throughout the last couple of months, with Natalie Harp saying that that Donald Trump is the only one for her, and that he is all that matters to her. Keep in mind, Natalie Harp is a 35-year-old White House aide. Donald Trump is an 80-year-old pedophile. I'll just put it that way. One liberal versus MAGA. 76 days until midterms. Fuck, hold on. My phone was about to die. Go bald. $20,000 and I'll go bald. There. Did I upload it? Hold on. I don't remember. $20,000 and I'll go bald. I do need to get a haircut, but fuck, hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Make sure you guys are double tapping that phone screen. Give me 1 second. Hold on. There's something. Hold on. How do I do this? There we go. There's something. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. Opened a window too. Jesus Christ is Lord. That's what a commenter said. Because YouTube sometimes confuses that I'm live on TikTok. I guess, is it clear enough for YouTube that I'm live over there? Fuck, I can't move that. Whatever. How's it going, y'all? Yesterday I went live at night for like an hour. TikTok, I think they changed it. I can't download my live streams. If anyone else had to like be able to download the live streams after the fact, let me know, because I cannot for the life of me figure it out. And I cooked that guy so hard. I didn't even know what that said. Yeah, I just know they got muted almost instantly. I was trying to read it. If you ever need to, make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Listen, if you're over on YouTube and you want to debate me, you can click on the link tree in the description of the YouTube live stream, and you can find the TikTok icon. Head over to TikTok, come over to debate me. That's how we're doing it for now. That's how we've been doing it, because I can't figure out how to like get a call-in number for you guys. But make sure you guys comment down below. I'll set up a poll for YouTube, and make sure you guys double tap that or hit that thumbs up. Do you support Trump? Let's get started with some debates. I still can't post, by the way, y'all. TikTok is not gonna give me push, huh? TikTok is not gonna give me push. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. We can do without it. It is hot. It is very hot. Let people request. The request box should be open. The request box should be open. Okay. Alright, bro. What the fuck? What are we doing, bro? Genuinely, what are we doing? Genuinely, what are we doing? I didn't mean to unmute. Oh, fuck, I meant to click block. There we go. If you're a Trump supporter, hop up in the guest box. I'd love to talk to you. Love to debate with you. I'd love to have a conversation with you tonight. As always, we're looking for some people to debate. If you happen to support Donald Trump, join up in the guest box. You don't have a guest access? Probably. Because I can request up. I think you gotta... I don't know what you gotta do. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. What's up? What's up, Jojo? What's up? Bum, 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 bum. Might be a problem with my with your end. Yep, it is. I can promise you. It is not a problem. Not today, actually.
Boom. Guest access, guest request works.
That is true. That is true.
What is going on with your chat?
You gotta be 18 or older. Keep in mind. Did you watch the Jesus and whatnot debating Parker?
No.
Bro fumbled so bad. Why do you support Trump? I don't support Trump, Jojo. I am anti-Trump.
Sometimes TikTok glitches like that, though. That's happened to me.
I watched it, bro.
You have a British flag in your name. You have a British flag in your username. Are you a Brit?
They're not even loading up. The TikTok has been interesting. I watched it. Jesus and whatnot made a couple fumbles. Listen, Parker wasn't like I can't say Parker was doing his best, but Jesus and whatnot made a couple blunders, bro. What are we doing? A not equaling B is not a contradiction. I just want to point that out there. That is not what a contradiction is.
Yeah.
Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, bro went out of the app. First thing.
Yusuf? Is that how you pronounce it? I didn't even get to Yusuf. Yeah, I didn't see.
Yo, hello?
Are you a Trump supporter?
I can't talk while out of the app?
No, you cannot. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I love Trump.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
What year were you born in?
Not equaling B was insane. Also, him saying that cause and effect is necessarily a cause for PSR.
Jeremiah, shut up for 2 seconds.
Sorry, yeah, how old are you?
2007. Born in 2007.
You said 19?
Yeah, what month?
Yep. May.
Okay. I'll believe it for now.
I'm not trolling. Hey, don't. Hey.
The voice crack goes crazy.
Hello. Why do you support Trump, buddy? Why do you support the pedophile in office?
So I mean, first off, here. Okay, let's start back, right? So 1776, right?
Oh, we're going way back, bro.
We're not going that way back. No, quite frankly, you're getting kicked. Can we come up? Yeah, I mean, Isaac, if you want to come up, request up if you're a Trump supporter over the age of 18 and American.
Dude, Isaac doesn't know math.
Bro, let's go back to, 0. Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I am.
0 doesn't exist.
I'm 19.
What year were you born in?
2007.
Why are you LARPing as a Trump supporter?
What do you mean? I am a Trump supporter.
Not a Trump supporter.
Why are you saying that?
Because you sound smart.
I sound smart?
Smart people don't support Trump.
So if we hold on. I have this bug in my ear. Hold on. Alright, sorry, this guy was just talking to me. Alright, so if we go to 1777, we can
I can tell, bro. I'm getting so good with trolls, bro. 2 in a row. 2 in a row. Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I am.
How old are you? I fucking knew it. I literally knew it. What the fuck is going on? Why'd you take
Isaac
a Trump?
doesn't know how to do math.
Isaac? The one that was up here? Or no, that was Yusuf. Hello, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am a Trump supporter.
How old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
What year were you born in?
2008.
What month?
July.
What
Yeah,
day?
this
What day?
Okay, so I'm a Trump supporter.
I asked you for what day.
What?
What day in July?
dude,
Second.
Jeremiah, he doesn't need to give it.
What day?
Second.
Okay. Why do
He
you
doesn't,
support Trump?
doesn't need to give the
So I
date.
support Trump because he's just a great man. Like, if you think about it, in 1615, his family supported.
I just have a feeling that's a troll. I'm sorry. Moving on to the next guest. Hello,
Yo.
are you a Trump supporter?
Damn right.
How old are you?
24.
What year were you born in?
02.
Why do you support Trump? What's up, Sky?
He's a goat. What do you mean? Getting the illegals out, you know,
What's one benefit of getting the illegals out?
stealing our jobs, brother. What do you mean?
False. According to American Immigration Council, for every 500,000 immigrants removed, 44,000 U.S.-born workers would lose their job. Meaning, if we deport 11 million unauthorized workers, you would probably lose your job along with the people who are getting deported that are also
No,
losing
I don't
their
work a
job.
shitty ass
It also
job.
causes
so-
more crime. Do you know what transitive law of logic is?
No, tell me.
No, it's A equals B and B equals C, therefore A equals C. So if A equals B and B equals C, and I can point to you that mass deportation increases poverty with the American Immigration Council, with the economy getting worse off, a lower GDP, actually a reduction in GDP, less jobs, and an increase in inflation. With crime comes
You're
more
just spitting
poverty,
out
according to
words.
FBI data reports. Therefore, mass deportation increases more crime. So it increases more crime, decreases the amount of jobs available. Give me one
How
reason
does it make
why
more
you support
crime?
mass deportation. I just told you how. You fucking donut.
Where you going?
If you want him to slow down and explain what he's, if you
Okay,
want him
so-
to slow down because Jeremiah can talk fast, he can. Just ask him to do that.
My bro, yeah, it was like you're.
Okay, so I said the transitive law of logic. We agree if A equals B and B equals C, A necessarily equals C, yes?
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Yes? Okay. So A, mass deportation, increases poverty. According to the American Immigration Council, it increases poverty because we see a reduction in GDP, an increase in inflation, and a reduction in jobs. Okay, so that A equals B. Okay. B equals C. Poverty increases crime. Okay, and that's according to FBI data reports. You can take a look at all the data sets yourself. Okay, so therefore, if you agreed A equals B and B equals C, A equals C, that means mass deportation increases crime.
Sorry, Ryan, that shit made no sense to me.
I would assume so. You're a Trump supporter.
Nah, I just came here to troll, but
So you're not a Trump supporter, or you're a Trump
I
supporter?
was.
I
was.
You were.
Yeah, I voted for him in both elections.
So are you still a Trump supporter?
No. I kind of just
What
voted
made
for him.
what didn't make sense of what I said? What didn't make sense?
I'm just still trying to. I mean, I was just saying that. Just
Okay, I'll use as little words as possible.
Hold on.
Mass
Hold on,
deportation.
no, wait, hold on. Jeremiah, hold on. What specific part did that make sense? Did all of it not make sense?
no. So you're saying that mass deportation equals poverty, and poverty equals crime.
Yes.
Therefore, according to transitive law of logic, mass deportation increases crime.
Okay. I guess I've never heard of that. Actually, I've never heard of that.
You should take a look at American Immigration Council. I'll have all the sources you need.
I was just kidding though about getting him out of here, but I was just fucking with you. But
Alrighty.
nah,
moving
you
on to
did
the
give me
next
some
thing.
info.
For sure, American Immigration Council. That's my source. Moving on to
Isaac, you have a
Max.
British flag in your name and you can't do math.
Max, are you a Trump supporter?
I am.
Oh, look
How
at
old are
this
you?
Max Larper.
Oh yeah.
How old are you?
What'd you say?
How old are you? What age are you?
19.
What year were you born in?
2006.
What month?
December.
Why do you support Trump?
Because I agree with his stance on abortion.
Okay, abortion. So you agree with more abortions, right?
I mean,
You're
no,
pro, you're pro-abortion. You want more abortions.
I don't.
Yeah, we love
his
increasing
policy
abortions.
caused more abortions, right? And I would argue that his stance, what he thinks personally, is different from what he did. Because not only did his policy increase abort, or not his policy, quote unquote, but what he attempted to do, which was overturning Roe v. Wade by implementing SCOTUS judges to overturn said Roe v. Wade, that actually increased abortions. And then you can also point to the fact that he is pro-choice. He just thinks that the states should have the choice. So you agree with like states having the choice to have abortion?
I mean, I think that his intention didn't get followed through with how like what he thought was going to happen when he placed it. So I guess, yeah, I mean, I agree that it turned out to be bad, but I still agree with the president that it stands against abortion.
He doesn't.
Okay.
He thinks it should be left up to the states. The only person who is against abortions and banning
Were the
them on a
people
federal
that he-
level. The
I'm
only
sorry.
person who is against abortion and wants to ban them on a federal level is JD Vance. And JD Vance can't do that because he's the vice president. And the vice president does not have the power to do that. Neither does really the president.
Yeah, but he also elected people that were trying to decrease the abortion rate by
At the
doing
end
the
of the
Roe
day,
v.
it didn't
Wade.
work. Why are you
That didn't
pro-life?
happen though because
Why are you pro-life?
abortions were on a decrease prior to when Trump started talking about overturning Roe v. Wade. They were on a steady decline, and then when he started talking about overturning Roe v. Wade, they started increasing.
True. Also, if you like, the reason why you're pro-life,
but
I'm
do you
assuming,
think
is
that
because you want to save as many
causality-
human lives as possible, right?
I agree, and I know where you're going to go down with this rabbit hole, but I'm not very
Rabbit hole.
versed.
It's
Sorry, not a rabbit hole. I'm not very well versed in that government funding thing that you're going to talk about. So I mean, fair, and that's on me. I should research more about what you're about
sure.
to
Why
talk
are you
to.
you wanted to talk about abortion? Why are you pro-life?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the human life is just as important inside the womb as outside of the womb,
Why?
and I think that that's murder because
Why?
that when at conception you have your own unique DNA and that you are a human being and you have the same rights.
Where does
doesn't matter.
conception happen?
Where?
Mm-hmm.
The fallopian tube?
Fallopian, but sure.
Why does it
Fallopian,
matter if
sorry.
they have the unique DNA? Why is that morally?
What was the point of
relevant?
asking me where that was?
Because when someone mentions conception, I always ask them that question
Why?
on every single live. Because if they don't know where conception happens, then I don't think they should be able to make the point that conception is where human life starts to be valuable. I don't think that they're educated enough to have that conversation.
Why does that correlate?
I have a question for you. Let's get back on track. I have a question.
Okay.
What's the question that I asked you? Why is it morally relevant? Why do you determine that DNA is the reason why you determine whether something is morally relevant or not?
Well, I also think it's the potential of developing into a fully grown human
Okay, so
is
sperm
just
has the potential under the right conditions to develop into a full.
no, but that requires an external factor, as in it isn't inherently able to. It isn't inherently able to grow on its own.
Okay,
No,
there's a
sorry,
condition.
no, sorry, no.
Yo, what a
Rob-
fumble! Yo, well, that
Yeah,
was a blunder,
sorry.
buddy. God.
No, I it has an inherent ability to grow.
Right. So does so does sperms, like under the right condition, right?
But it
Like two people have
requires
sex and right. Define inherent.
it possesses it.
It possesses it. So you're saying what does a fetus possess in terms of future capability for sentient life in comparison to? Are you
Like the
saying that
basic
because
means-
it's already within the category of being able to?
It has the basic like necessities of
Which
life, and that like homeostasis, like all those there's like the 7 categories of or 7 characteristics of life.
Your point?
You just said that you just asked why is it alive? Or sorry, I misinterpreted what you asked.
Yeah, I forgot what I asked. Do you value all
No,
human
you
life?
asked why is it inherent? And like,
Well, let me just go another way. Do you value human life? Like all human life?
Yes.
Okay, so you value like dead people too, right?
Well, it's not.
Or I guess
I
that's a
value
blunder on my
that
part.
it
Yeah, that's a
brought.
blunder on
did
my
you
part.
mean brain dead?
Yeah, that's a blunder on my part. Brain dead. Do you value brain dead people? Sorry, blunder.
Jesus.
I don't. I mean, they're dead.
No,
Brain dead people are
they're
cellularly
yeah, they're
alive.
cellularly alive. I
I
just
know,
asked you
but
then what is the
they're
relevant difference? What
medically
is the
known
relevant
as
difference
dead.
between a fetus, and the brain dead person?
What is the difference?
Yeah, what is the relevant difference?
Because it has
you
the
think it's wrong
potential.
to pull? You think it's wrong to
Because
get
it
an
has the
abortion?
potential to attain that sentience.
Okay, so why does potentiality matter?
Because what else would be the determinant of the value of human life?
The
Just
fact that
because you can't
they
find
do
anything
experience
else to be of
sentience.
value doesn't mean you can assign
So
something
you're saying that
value.
sentience equals the value, value of human life.
Yeah, I would argue yes. First person subjective experience. Yes, you can attribute
So
values like in other senses, right? Like the same way you can attribute like what you value something that is non-human, but irrelevant of like human rights. I would argue yes that begins in accordance with sentience.
okay,
And then I would just make the distinction, and I can give you multiple hypothetical questions to like just disprove the potentiality of it. I could point to like a 3-year-old. It would be justified knowing that they won't be able to experience anything past the age of 3, given that they experience the same potentiality as a pig, right? Because we don't value pigs. That would be an example, and you would say no. It is still wrong to kill that 3-year-old. Or I guess it would. I guess under your worldview, you would have to say it is still wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm
Even though
sorry.
they
Can
don't
you
have
slow down a
potential for
tiny
more.
bit? I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, so you're saying potentiality, and I can give you multiple hypotheticals, like a hypothetical of a 3-year-old, right, that does not have the potential because we know they're going to die at the age of like 2 or 3 years old. Keeping in mind that a 3-year-old experiences the same potentiality as a pig, right, the same levels
Sentience.
of potentiality for.
You
for
mean the
sentience.
same levels of sentience?
For in yeah. Yeah,
Not the same
sure.
levels of potentiality.
Did I say potentiality?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, the same levels of sentience as a pig, right? A 3-year-old, 2 to 3-year-old, and a pig experience the same levels of sentience, right? And obviously, you think it's.
Yeah.
Are you a vegan?
I am not a vegan.
Okay, so you think it's okay to kill pigs, right?
I think that humans have a distinct value.
Okay, now you're attributing to the species. That's a different argument from saying like future potentiality. Now you're saying it's a species.
No. Sorry, it's all of the above. I think that
So
because
it's the species classifications and the potentiality.
exactly of that
Okay.
species.
Okay.
But I would just have a couple questions
Go
about
ahead.
why you think sentience equals the value of the human life. What would you say about someone who's going under anesthesia? They are not sentient at that point. And would you say that in that moment when they're under the anesthesia, they don't have the same value as someone off it? Or how about someone in a coma?
Yeah, a coma. So what I would attribute it in terms of sentience, I don't attribute just the potentiality or the fact that they do currently, like these aren't individuals. It would be a conjunction of past and of past or present, congruent with future subjective experience, right? So a person in a coma would have past and has the potential for future. Therefore, that meets the conjunct, as well as like anything else, like except for like a brain dead individual that comes to.
That's fair.
To pull the
the past experience. Are you there? Are you clicked out of the app?
It gives them personhood.
Sorry, what is the answering message? What was
That's
your
my
question?
point. He asked what gives them value. Like what about
No.
past
Why
sentence
does
gives
the
them
past
value?
experience matter?
Yeah.
Yeah. What Max said, because it gives them personhood, but again, it's going to be a conjunct, right?
But what does
Not
that
only-
mean?
Not,
It gives
not
them
just
personhood.
not just past. Right? It would be a conjunct, right?
Yeah,
Because
sorry.
I don't
But why
value
is the-
past, right? Like I don't
I
value
agree-
brain dead patients.
Yeah, I agree with the potential of. I agree with half of what you're saying. I agree that the potential of it matters, but I don't understand why it has to have had that past experience, because you could kind of say like at sentience, that human being right when it turns sentient hasn't had a past, so therefore it isn't a human. So you see how that's
Past
Present
or
and
present.
future. I said
Past
past
or
or present.
oh past has a potential for it to become sentient, therefore it has the same moral value, and that's
No.
where we agree.
No, because it doesn't have past or present.
True.
It only has
True.
potential.
But I
It
just
has to have
clarified.
past. It has to have past or present and future. So a fetus at 20 to 22 weeks is the like range, usually closer to 22 weeks. There's been about like 1 or 2 instances where it's been closer to 20, but so 22 weeks.
Wait, sorry,
around
I'm
22 weeks when a
confused.
fetus gains 22 weeks when a fetus gains sentience. That's when it would gain value, because it has the first part of the conjunct, because it has the present sentience and the potential for future.
True.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm not following. Could you like clarify? I generally I'm
Okay.
trying to understand. I promise.
You're good. I can explain it. So sentience in the womb develops around 20 to 22 weeks.
Well, it's 23 to 24, but yeah.
Usually it's 20 to 22. Now it's been revised. It used to be 22 to 24. Now it's 20 to 22 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't matter, but yeah.
Yeah.
Or, like it matters, but not
people
for the
define
sake of
it.
this.
People define it differently, mostly because there's only been a few cases where it's closer to 20, and it's most of the time it's closer to 22 to 24.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so let's just go in the median in the middle. Jesus, forgot the word. 22. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say
Yeah.
a
I mean, it's
fetus-
fine. It doesn't matter. Just say at the point
Okay.
of sentience.
A fetus gains sentience at 22 weeks. It now has the first part of mine and Jeremiah's stance, where it has to have past or present. Okay, it doesn't have to have both. It just needs to have one or the other. Okay, it has present. And then the second part,
Why does it matter that? What makes that?
personhood.
Why? What does that mean? You're just saying the word.
Personhood means basically like a personality and what makes you you. We do not believe that unique DNA makes someone a person. It makes them a human, but not a person. Like, for example,
and where do you derive that from?
twins, for example, identical twins that have the same exact DNA, because they embryo.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very simplified version, but they split from the same exact embryo, and that's because you can get 2 different kinds of twins. Even if they're identical, they can be 2 different kinds. But anyways, so
Yeah, but they
Identical
still
twins.
they still different.
So-
They are still different in certain aspects. They aren't.
yeah. So if they have
So-
identical DNA, they are not the same person because they have personhood, which comes from first person experiences. And so that comes from sentience.
But I'm confused. But they aren't. They do still have that separate. It's not just DNA that they're separate in. Or there's not. DNA is not the only determinant of the difference between them. Do you understand? I think I might I didn't word that very well, but do you kind of understand what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Yeah.
identical twins who share the same exact DNA are different because of personhood.
No, but they also are different in other aspects, as in like the circumstances that they are in and other mutations and stuff like that.
If they have the same exact DNA, then no.
No, it is, because each baby is developed differently.
So if they have the same exact DNA, no.
I mean, you can look it up. It is.
So I'm giving you a hypothetical where the same exact DNA.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're giving me
And
a
this has happened
hypothetical.
before. Is it unlikely? Sure, but this can't happen.
No, but they develop differently every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an impossible hypothetical.
No, it's not.
Show me a time when they all develop the exact
It's not
same way.
impossible. It's not illogical, and it's not impossible.
But can you show me an example? Because I don't believe that.
That's the thing, is we don't know, because not a lot of people get like I forget what they're called.
Well, then that's an unfair
Kettographs or whatever they're called. It starts with K.
Yeah, but that's an unfair thing.
It's
to
possible.
base your.
It is It's a possible hypothetical. It is possible to happen.
It is logical.
How is that
two
possible to
identical.
happen?
It is possible that two identical twins out in the world have the same exact DNA.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it's not just the person different through the development before sentience is developed.
What external factors?
Like the way that it grows, the difference in the nutrients that it receives. There's so many different things that could happen.
And what does that have to do with them? Because you said that their unique human DNA is what makes them valuable.
Well, we've gone down as
And their unique human. You said
unnecessary.
unique human DNA and potential for sentience. That's what makes them valuable. So in this
You did
case,
say that.
So in this case, what I'm telling you is if you think it's unique human DNA, two identical twins with the same human DNA, are they one person because they have the same DNA? No, because of personhood. And that's sentience. Oh. Yeah. I think it's bad.
Sorry, hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Do
Also,
you have a
can I?
response? Yeah, go
Yeah,
for
to
it.
the human DNA, I just want to say something. So it can't be human DNA that you value and have or that you give moral value to, because like you've already stated, a brain dead patient would be less morally valuable than somebody who's just in a coma.
No.
So it has nothing to do with human DNA that you give moral value to, right? And I just for clarification, you can't possibly give higher moral value just on human DNA for that reason. So just wanted to
Well, I specifically said otherwise.
Well,
say that again. Then
never
you would
said
have a
it's
fallacy
solely-
of contradiction.
no,
What?
no. He said not. He didn't say specifically only because they're human. He gave multiple factors, including the fact that they're human, which is okay because of speciesism.
Okay, I'm so sorry I missed that. I'm so sorry. What was the other reason?
It was unique human DNA and the potential for sentience after conception.
Okay, well, so I would then just say that you don't make laws off of potentiality. That would lead to absurdities. That would lead to then you giving a 3-year-old moral consideration to, let's say, vote, let's say, get married, because they eventually potentially will become 18. So you can't make legislation off of potentiality, and you can't give moral higher moral consideration based off of potentiality for that exact
But that's
reason.
separate. That's not correlating, because that's just completely different.
Are you
That's
No,
true.
you're going
pro-life
off
or
the
pro-choice?
potentiality. Yeah.
Do you want abortion? Do you want to ban abortion?
I think that abortion should be banned because it has the moral worth of a human.
So then you're trying to make laws, which Val is saying leads to absurdities. And if your point leads to absurdities, then your point
But
is invalid in the debate.
the morality of a person is different than the ability of voting. Like
Yeah, but
Don't
this
show me
is
how
a
that's.
TikTok live about Trump. So you would be talking about legislation, which, by the way, I also want to say Trump has not done anything for the pro-life or pro-choice movement. It was the Supreme Court. So you were
Yeah, and
wrong about that. Hold on,
he
I'm not
elected
done.
the
I'm
he
so sorry, I'm
elected the
not done.
four
I'm
people that.
so sorry,
Okay.
I'm not done. When I'm done, you may rebuttal. Now, when you are discussing why you support Trump for his quote unquote pro life stance, you'd be speaking about the legislation. And so if you want to do a morality conversation, then sure, fine, you can have a conversation of why you believe. But this isn't what this live, and I'm sure this host wants to spend his time talking about the morality, because we're talking about Trump and the legislation, right? So if we're making legislation based off of potentiality, then you would have absurdities, which means that your argument then just fails. So we already proven that the moral consideration with pro-life legislation has nothing to do with human DNA and potentiality. And then what was the third one that you had?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
You
it
had
didn't
three
have a third
criteria.
one. No, it was 2 criteria.
Oh, only 2. Okay, well, we just debunked both of those. As for, so you should be maybe personally pro-life, but what we've discovered here is that you're not pro-life with the legislation. So great. You should not support Trump. Awesome.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but that in terms of debunking what I've said.
Your point leads to absurdities, and you can't say that it's different because it is based off of potentiality. Drink, being able to get married, that it does have to do with the way your brain processes things, which does have to do with sentience as well. So it does have to do with potential sentience, which is what your first point is tied to. So potential sentience leads to absurdities.
But you also said that part of the value of a human being is sentience in the future as well. Like the
Yeah, but it's
progression of
not
it as
just
well.
based off of potential sentience.
But even if it's part of it, then yours would go too. But I
Nope.
also think it's not even correlated, because legislative in terms of the ability is not based off of any moral worth. It's based off of whether that human is capable of handling to vote, whether they're capable of handling alcohol, or whether it's safe for them. I
Which
don't
is
think that.
based off of a lot of it is based off of sentience, because for example, drinking, first of all, drinking isn't safe, period. It's bad for you, so you can't make the argument that it's hold on.
Sorry.
You can't make the argument that it's safe because it is never technically safe to consume alcohol. It has to do with your prefrontal cortex, which is more developed once you are 21, and how you process logical thinking, which has to do with your sentience.
Yeah, and that's why I actually think the drinking age should be either developed. So I just don't think that.
Real quick, do you believe in the Constitution?
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you believe gets constitutional rights?
What does this have to do with the?
I'm going to tie it in. I just need you to answer the question.
No, I don't have to answer questions if I don't see the relevance of it.
Okay, the relevance is that it's going to tie in that you're taking away the constitutional rights of Americans who get constitutional rights, and you're putting those constitutional rights to somebody who doesn't actually get them.
Could you be more specific?
Well, if you would sit there and let me go on with and ask the questions, then I can. So
I don't think
I'm going to go.
answer.
So I'm going to hold on. I'm going to go back to the beginning. So you believe that in constitutional rights. So let's talk about who gets those constitutional rights. Do you know who gets them?
The constitutional rights, everyone gets them.
Everybody? So undocumented immigrants get
I'm
all
sorry.
constitutional rights?
I meant Americans.
All Americans. So American citizens?
Yes.
Okay, in the 14th Amendment, what is considered an American citizen?
I don't know the 14th Amendment, and
It's somebody who is born Okay? It specifically says the first word is born on the soil or in the jurisdiction thereof, meaning that you get constitutional rights when you are born. If we are putting the constitutional rights of the mother before the fetus, below the fetus, that means somebody who isn't even born, who's not considered a U.S. citizen, is getting constitutional rights above somebody who we already grant constitutional rights, which then goes against the fundamental aspect of our country. Our government is founded on the Constitution.
Can I make a rebuttal with that? Or
Yeah, my
a
claim is
clarification? I think that the life of the mother should, I think both the life of the mother and the life of the baby should both be, the mother should be weighted more. So if the health of the mother is in under critical condition,
It's also pursuit of happiness. It's also pursuit of happiness. So then you would also have to say that the mother would have to be completely happy, right?
Yeah, but
with having
then
a child in order to take a.
What if
right?
I'm happy? For me to be happy in this hypothetical scenario, I have to go steal a bank. Does that make it right? Does that make
no, because
it
that would
okay?
go against other laws that we put in place. So let's focus on what we already have in place, okay?
I know, but
so
you're
we
talking
have
about you're bringing in morality.
That was not analogous. So let's try this again. So if the mother has the need to not have a child because of whether it's financial, whether it's mental health, whether it's to protect the child from never going into a bad situation. Either way, the pursuit of happiness of the mother would be granted above somebody who doesn't get constitutional rights. So if her pursuit of happiness is not having a child, then our government is unable, unless it went against another law, which it does not. So unless there's another law, then you can, or if it breaks another law, then you cannot put the constitutional rights of a fetus who doesn't even get it above the mother.
I completely agree with you, but I think that you have to take in account moral aspects. So if that
the law is not moral. The law is ethical. So the law doesn't care about your feelings, doesn't care about your wants and needs, right? So that's why with some people, they can be pro-life and not have an abortion, right? That would give them the pursuit of happiness. But others, their pursuit of happiness is having an abortion, right? Also their life. So you sitting there saying that you don't want an abortion, that's fine. You and whoever you end up with, y'all don't have to have one. That's your right, right? But other people who do, they should be allowed to based off of our Constitution.
Yeah, but part of politics is also trying to implement laws that you think should be implemented in the future. To advocate for laws that you think should be implemented in the future. So that is why I am standing here
within the realm of the Constitution.
Exactly,
so this is unconstitutional to give constitutional rights to a being that does not who is not granted constitutional rights, then you are breaking the Constitution.
Yeah, but then you could also
until there's an amendment that says that a citizen, right, or the people who get constitutional rights can also be not born, right? Then you're going to have another legal battle on your hands with the Supreme Court because they just ruled that you have to be born, right? They just ruled upon who is considered a citizen.
And I agree with you that it's a legislative mix-up, but what I'm talking about is more about the morality of it. And I agree that you have to tie into
necessarily morality.
I know, I understand.
The law isn't
Can I
moral.
finish what I'm saying?
Yes, just please keep it analogous to what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried not to interrupt you, and I don't know. Whatever. I kind of lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
That you are wanting to give constitutional rights to people who do not have constitutional rights above people who do. So you want to go against the Constitution. So you support a man who breaks the law, who doesn't care about the life of kids or people, right? Because he's defunded the USAID, which will kill 40,000 people a year. But you don't care about life. You don't care about the potentiality.
This is unfair. This is a red herring.
No, absolutely not. This just disproves that you genuinely care about a future like ours, right? Because the people who are dying because of Trump's legislation, right, is going to be more than the amount of people killed with abortions. So
people killed with abortions.
I think you're
okay.
I don't think you care about human life, buddy.
Also,
you don't care about human life.
You should look at this. No, hold on. You should go look at this woman on TikTok.
I am going to drop down though. Thank you, Jeremiah.
You should look at this woman on TikTok. I don't remember her handle. She had a miscarriage, and in her state, she has to get 4 different ultrasounds to confirm that her baby is dead before she can have it removed from her uterus, because it is not getting out on its own, because it is classified technically as an abortion under her state's law. She had a miscarriage, which is already traumatic enough. Now she has to go see her dead fetus on a ultrasound 4 different times because of the state's legislations. That's what Trump's Supreme Court justices did by overturning Roe v. Wade. And the longer the dead fetus is in the uterus, the more culpable she is to sepsis. And sepsis can be life-threatening, life-altering in so many different ways.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? Does that seem moral? Does that seem moral to you?
The point would just be like, how do you, if you want to pass legislation, how do you account for your exceptions? I know you mentioned one of them was going to be the life of the mother. How do you account for that?
How do you account for miscarriages when people need to get miscarriages removed?
Yeah, and that's questions that I need to think further about. I'm more debating on the morality of it, and I guess that's not like the main point of this live, I guess, says Valerie. But
sepsis,
yeah, I don't know. And
with sepsis, you can die. You can lose your limbs. You can lose the ability to.
You said you need to Google some stuff, which is fine. I just suggest before advocating, because you did say you want to ban it. So before advocating for laws to ban abortion, you should look at the what the effect would be of that and what the effect is. Look at studies, cases. I was gonna go live for 45 minutes. Are we at that mark?
Also, with sepsis, women are taken so unseriously in the medical system. A lot of women will often ignore their symptoms and so they'll not go to the hospital when they're septic. Also, certain people will not go to the hospital, to the ER when they're septic because.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate being up here, Max. I'm gonna end